Jude Bellingham did what the other match. Getafe played against Real Madrid, and Jude Bellingham, who is the same nationality as Greenwood, ends up making a tackle and allegedly calling him this word right here. I'm not going to say it because I'm not sure how YouTube's going to take it or whatnot, but I don't want to get in trouble. But we're just going to say the R word, alright, lads? He calls him this word. And Getafe loses their mind. They said, oh yeah, Mason Greenwood has all these things on the internet about him, potentially beating his girl or whatnot. But, call him that. Too far. That's what Getafe apparently said. So they end up telling La Liga, hey, this is on video. Go investigate if he said that or what happened. We want someone to investigate that. So La Liga does exactly that, alright? So here it's they deploy a professional lip reader to decide if Jude Bellingham actually did call him that, which in the video, if you take a look here, let's see, for you guys to decide for yourselves. Boom, right there. It does kind of, yeah, it does look like that, but none of the players really lose their mind, as you could say. Nobody really lost their mind when he said that. Nothing crazy occurred after the match, so the game goes on. Nothing really happens till after the game. But then, it seems like Greenwood didn't want any of this to be, any attention to be drawn or too much attention, because he knows obviously there will be a lot of attention on this. But he ends up saying he doesn't want to fuel this conversation. I feel like Getafe at first wanted to have his back, and then they're like, you know what, we'll do what you want. He was like, yeah, just let's get out of this. So whatever happens on the pitch stays on the pitch. Now, cameraman for Greenwood, all right? Greenwood, because this comes out, he doesn't want anyone to really talk about what happened or whatnot, and Jude Bellingham gets caught on camera on 4K. The cameraman just said, you know what, just zoom in, let's see what he says, and boom, he got him. In my opinion, he does say it, but I don't think he said it loud enough. I think he just said it under his breath. Now he gets caught on camera, so the cameraman did a very nice job on if he wants to create any drama. But La Liga shouldn't really do anything about this, in my opinion here, because Mason Greenwood, if anything, shouldn't have done what he had done, right? And you're gonna punish potentially Jude Bellingham, who hasn't done any of this, he doesn't have any issues off the field, but you're gonna defend Mason Greenwood. I feel like it's a very bad look for the league if the guy who has all this evidence surrounding him potentially fitting this insult could be defended by the league because someone called him out. In my opinion, it's a lot worse for the person who did the action than the person who's calling the person who did the action, if that makes any sense. Jude Bellingham should not be held responsible or anything. I feel like they should just move on. Getafe and Greenwood don't want any bad blood, and I feel like if La Liga does anything against Jude Bellingham, it's a terrible look. You're gonna look at sponsors potentially having a word with La Liga, because Mason Greenwood allegedly is that could potentially be that word. You could classify him as that potentially. I'm not allegedly, potentially, whatever legal word I need. And I feel like Jude Bellingham here, yes, he calls him that under his breath. It's the camera pointed at him. The camera could have pointed at Ancelotti after, nobody would have seen. So if Jude Bellingham really receives any backlash from La Liga, any punishment, La Liga is going to come under fire, lose money. Same thing kind of what happened with Greenwood, where he gets kicked out of United, is basically what's going to happen to La Liga. They do this because, Jude Bellingham called them a word. Mason Greenwood did the action, potentially, allegedly. So that there shouldn't be much controversy here, to be honest. It would be illogical for a business, a morale, point of view. So right here, it's quite obvious what should happen from La Liga, which is basically nothing, as if it didn't happen, because it's just an insult, and the guy who's potentially fitted that insult is playing matches like nothing and has no match ban incoming, for whatever reason. But anyways, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos, and make sure to comment down below what you think should happen to Bellingham and Mason Greenwood in this situation. And do you think he really said this?